gardens in New York, and I came across a flower, and suddenly it seemed as if I was merging with this flower. It's never happened to me before. Only a few months already. And this huge ecstatic laughter was just coming out of me. And then suddenly came this big thought, they're going to carry me away to insane asylum if I continue with this.
Yes.
So I stopped, and it felt like this big, suppression. And I never quite had that same thing happen again. I don't need to go into that. My question is, though, could you say more about this not showing things, but people
Yes.
doing this?
So, botanical garden would be a good place to go. You can caress the plants, don't caress anyone. Don't do it the subway. Saint Francis of Assisi said, love is not loved. You see? We don't live in a place of love in the human society. People have huge resistance as per their beliefs. And Westerners have a great sense of territory. That's not a good preparation to come to India. Right. So, it seems that all boundaries, when this awakening arises, just fall apart. And you see yourself, don't put any concept in self. You see your pure, unlimited presence everywhere, in so-called everything. You don't see that things are separate. That comes after as a reflection. You see that everywhere, non-stop, seamlessly. And everything is a theophany. You see, a theophany means, from the Greek, a manifestation of the divine. This world becomes glorious. You can say the glory of the universe, and that's a different picture than what the mind used to create. It's not a glorious place at all. It's an awful place. So many atrocities take place here. Human being is a wolf for a human being. We live in a difficult world. You see? And yet, when you have that awakening, you see that all this was a story, a painful story, but it was a story. There's nothing like that. Only in the dream that people are stuck in. So I would say, when awakening takes place, that intelligence in you is still there, that intelligence is not obliterated, that intelligence is there, that intelligence now will speak like an inner voice, and you will know what you have to do. Like when it is overwhelming, you can just go to the place where you live, you see, and just sit quietly when there is an overwhelming. Otherwise, you will find the appropriate way to deal with people. But if you say to everyone, I love you, that will be interpreted as a love declaration. So people are in their mind, so they are not ready for that. So the best way is not to express anything, but to live and behave in a way that is a loving expression or a compassionate expression of what is recognized. So compassion, generosity, becomes the expression of that. But botanical garden would be a good option.
There were other people there.
Yeah, right.
So that's not.
Just touch the plants. Otherwise we go into a mess. So really, I tell you, I met so many awakened ones when I was searching. And I would say they were not advertised. They were not advertised. There was no even a wish to do so, to be known. There's no. If that is there, you are not in the awakened state. If you want to be known, you are not in the awakened state. You are in a different stage, maybe on the way to the full awakening, but you are not in the awakened consciousness. And I would say they had a very humble profile, very humble, loving, and simple. A great simplicity of life. It's beautiful to see. And not a single idea of I'm a guru, I'm enlightened, I'm a jnani, nothing like that. Just, you see, people, we say people because we see people that are the embodiment of love. And that love is very pure. That love is not expecting anything, projecting anything. So in their presence, you feel totally free. They're not waiting anything from you. There's no interest. There is just the joy of presence meeting presence. Presence recognizing presence. Nothing more is needed. If something more comes in the picture, there's no pure presence. Mind has come inside. The one who is in the awakened state is desireless. If desires are there, you are still in the mind. Because desire means, I explained here a few times now, means incompleteness. Awakening means fullness. How can any single desire survive in that experience of fullness? It is not possible. So you discover yourself because your intelligence is still there. And you say, wow, I'm free from desires and free from fear. But it will all come from separation. Now, that's not a problem when you are in that state of desirelessness. But when you are not there, you are still in the mind, it's scary. I can't imagine a life without a desire because our life has been programmed with full of desires. What is the cause of reincarnation? Desire. It is because we have endless, limitless desires that we need another birth. The mind, not we, I, not this. Mind needs another birth. You cannot fulfill this limitless number of desires in one lifetime. And you are aware only of those which are just in your subconscious mind, not in the unconscious mind. And this will be activated later on. So it's a vicious circle, as we say in India. Samsara is a vicious circle. And everybody knows in India that the highest purpose of life is liberation from this samsara chakra. You see? That is the highest purpose. Otherwise, you try to live a virtuous life again. You don't create negative karma. And from life to life, you go through this cycle with, say, less painful conditions. But you can never avoid sorrow, separation, loss, death, sickness. Cannot avoid. You can have the best of karma. You cannot avoid physical death. Only when you know what you are, this physical death becomes irrelevant.